Chapter 1. Tyrannosaurus Rex. To call it a dinosaur is an understatement. It was an evolutionary apex. Stretching 12 meters from snout to tail and standing 4 meters tall at the hip, the T-Rex was a 7-ton engine of destruction. Its skull was a masterpiece of biological warfare, housing a bite force of over 6 tons, the equivalent of being crushed by an elephant sitting on a soda can. But Hollywood's monster was only half the truth. The T-Rex was a genius of the hunt. Its eyes, set forward on its massive head, provided stereoscopic vision more precise than a modern hawk's. It didn't just see you, it calculated the distance to your jugular. And then there were the arms, frequently the subject of prehistoric ridicule. In reality, these tiny limbs were packed with thick muscle, capable of lifting 180 kilograms each. They weren't for reaching. They were for gripping a struggling victim while the primary weapon, the jaws, finished the job. Yet, for all its majesty, the king was also a common thief. Chapter 2. Triceratops. Imagine a prehistoric tank, 9 meters long and weighing more than 2 modern school buses, draped in skin as tough as vulcanized rubber. The face of the Triceratops was a vision of defiance. 2 massive brow horns, each over a meter of solid bone, jutted forward like lances. A third, smaller horn sat atop its nose, perfect for close quarters gutting. Behind this weaponry sat the frill, a massive shield of bone. For decades, we thought it was purely for defense, but new evidence suggests it was a billboard of status. It may have flushed with blood to turn vibrant colors, intimidating rivals or attracting mates in a display of dinosaur flirting. Life for a Triceratops was a constant state of high alert. We find their fossils today with the battle scars to prove it. Horns snapped off and healed, frills with circular puncture wounds that match the teeth of a tyrannosaur, proving that you didn't need to be a carnivore to be the most dangerous thing on the plains. Chapter 3. Velociraptor. The real Velociraptor was something far more unnerving. Picture a bird of prey the size of a large turkey, but replace the feathers of a farm animal with the sleek, aerodynamic plumage of a hawk. The Velociraptor was an exercise in lethal precision. It weighed less than a golden retriever, but it was built entirely for speed and the surgical strike. Its most famous tool was the sickle-shaped claw on the second toe of each foot. This wasn't a walking tool. It was a disemboweling hook. The horror of the raptor lay in its perceived intelligence. These were likely pack hunters, nightmare chickens, that used communication and coordination to take down prey 5 times their size. Chapter 4. Brachiosaurus. While the world below fought for every scrap of meat, Brachiosaurus existed in a different zip code. This was the prehistoric skyscraper, a creature so vast it redefined the limits of biology. Standing 25 meters long and weighing 60 tons, a single Brachiosaurus was the equivalent of stacking 10 African elephants on top of one another. Its anatomy was unique among the giants. Unlike its cousins, its front legs were longer than its back legs, giving it a permanent upward tilt. This allowed its neck to reach heights of 13 meters, nibbling on the succulent treetops that no other animal could even see. A Brachiosaurus didn't just inhabit an ecosystem. As they moved in great herds, they stripped entire forests bare, their massive footprints creating ponds for smaller creatures. The sound of their movement was a tectonic event. One sneeze from an animal this size would have been an extinction-level event for any small mammal standing nearby. They were the gentle giants of the Jurassic, but their peace was maintained by their sheer, unreachable scale. Chapter 5. Stegosaurus. 9 meters of plated armor ending in a tail that served as a biological morning star. And yet, inside that massive frame lived a brain no larger than a common walnut. For a long time, scientists wondered how such a dim-witted animal survived. The answer lay in its rear end, the thagomizer. The 4-spike array at the end of its tail was one of the most effective defensive weapons in history. A single swing of that muscular tail could puncture the leg of a predator or shatter its ribs like dry kindling. The plates on its back remain a mystery. They weren't strong enough to act as armor. Were they solar panels used to regulate body temperature? Or were they a vibrant warning system, changing color to tell a predator, "Don't even think about it"? Whatever the truth. Chapter 6. Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus was the ultimate nightmare of the African waterways. If T-Rex was the king of the land, Spinosaurus was the god of the swamp. It was the largest carnivorous dinosaur to ever walk or swim, stretching 15 meters from its crocodile-like snout to its paddle-shaped tail. Unlike the T-Rex, which relied on crushing power, the Spinosaurus was built for the spear. Its teeth were conical and smooth, perfect for gripping slippery, car-sized fish. Its most striking feature was the massive sail on its back, a structure of bone and skin that stood 2 meters high. On land, the Spinosaurus was a bit of a clumsy giant, hampered by its short hind legs. But once it slid into the water, it transformed into a prehistoric torpedo. It represents nature's ability to flex its creative muscles, creating a chimera that ruled 2 worlds at once. Chapter 7. Ankylosaurus. If you were to design a dinosaur to survive a nuclear blast, you would end up with Ankylosaurus. This was the walking fortress of the Cretaceous, 8 meters of bone-plated defiance. Its entire back was a mosaic of armor plates, bone studs, and leathery skin so tough that even the most powerful jaws struggled to find a grip. It lived low to the ground, tucking its vulnerable belly away from danger. But the Ankylosaurus wasn't just a passive defender. Its tail ended in a massive, bony club that could deliver a strike with enough force to snap the femur of a T-Rex. Chapter 8. The Allosaurus. Before the T-Rex ever drew its first breath, the Allosaurus reigned supreme. Living 150 million years ago, it was the lion of the Jurassic. It was smaller than its later cousins, 10 meters long and 2 tons, but what it lacked in bulk, it made up for in sheer, terrifying aggression. The Allosaurus had a unique way of killing. Its skull was light and flexible, and its jaw could open incredibly wide. It didn't bite down like a dog. It used its upper jaw like a hatchet, slamming its teeth into the prey's flesh and pulling back to create gaping wounds. Evidence suggests they may have hunted in packs, using their speed to harass and bleed out giant sauropods. The Allosaurus wasn't a tank or a skyscraper. It was a blade, fast, vicious, and perfectly designed to hold the throne for millions of years.